Like an invite there someday in a lot of years. Well, some people think once a C-section, always a C-section, but that's not necessarily the case. In tonight's Baby Your Baby report, Holly Menino explains who may be a candidate for a VBAC.
When the nurse checked me, I was dilated to a 6+ and I was 90% effaced, and they said, "You're having a baby."
For Allison, having a baby wasn't how she thought it would go.
And she was 29 weeks along, was in preterm labor, and the baby was breech.
Because of the baby's positioning, she delivered via C-section. When it came time for baby number 2, Allison wasn't sure what her options were.
She became my patient during her second pregnancy and wanted to try a vaginal delivery.
Having a vaginal birth after delivery, also known as a VBAC, can present some risks. The biggest fear is the possibility of a uterine rupture.
The concerns come with a C-section if you have a certain type of scar on your uterus.
But for Allison, as is true with most women, her scar was low.
And that has a risk of a rupture of less than probably 1 in 200.
If a woman has a C-section because the baby is breech or baby's heart rate drops because of stress, she's likely a good VBAC candidate.
People that had a C-section because the baby just didn't fit, or they were stuck at 5 centimeters for several hours and didn't dilate, are usually fairly poor candidates.
After a long discussion, Allison and Dr. Barney made a decision.
Once I talked with him and I became educated, I knew that it was a good option and that it was the right option.
Allison has now had 2 successful VBACs and says she couldn't be happier with her choice.
It was long, my labor was long, and I didn't necessarily deliver quickly, but start to finish, it was a great experience.
Holly Menino for 2 News.
Dr. Barney says the most important thing when deciding whether or not a VBAC is best for you is really to have an open, in-depth conversation with your own doctor. This way you can go over specific individual risks and benefits and decide from there.